What is going on, y'all? In this video, we're going to be talking about, unfortunately, something that's very sad, and violence, gun violence, death, suffering, racism, white supremacy. So, we're talking about the mass shooting that took place in Jacksonville, Florida this past weekend. It really is sad and unfortunate that this continues to be something that we're constantly having to hear about, suffer, and deal with. This has basically become an everyday reality for people living in the United States of America, with the 3 Ks. Because once again, we failed to pass common sense gun reform laws, gun protection laws, so our safety, can be adhered to. Instead, every time you turn around, it just seems to be a back-to-back issue of gun violence. Rather, it's somebody, shooting their significant other, a shooting at a school, a shooting between people who have beef against each other, or a mass shooting. Every time you turn around, it's a shooting. And something that's very common in every situation is, and I'm going to go there, it typically is a cisgendered man doing the shooting. And if we're going to get even more specific, it's a perceived to be cisgendered, heterosexual, white male who's doing the mass shootings. And every time it seems to occur, it's the same type of weapon being used. It's an assault rifle. It's an AR-15. And once again, in Jacksonville, Florida, you have a predominantly black, African-American, black, and I'm not just going to say African-American because there are people that are black, as their race, skin color, complexion is black, but you can have various different ethnicities, okay? So you can be black and be Dominican. You can be black and be Puerto Rican. You can be black and be Haitian. You know what I'm saying? You can be black and be African American. You can be black and be Kenyan. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ethnicities and nationalities within the race, skin color, complexion of black. So in a predominantly black area, at a Dollar General, a young, perceived to be cisgendered, heterosexual, white male, white cis male, opened fire on innocent bystanders and people minding their business, going into the store to pick up something from Dollar General. 3 innocent people were murdered and killed, and this white supremacist, because that's exactly what he is and what he supports and follows, on the AR-15 gun, assault rifle, this white supremacist had Nazi symbols all decorated on the AR-15, and also was adhering to neo-Nazi ideology, white supremacist ideology. And keep in mind, this is in Jacksonville, Florida. What do we know about Florida? Right? As of late, if you don't know, now you're gonna know. As of late, in Jacksonville, Florida, or in the state of Florida, you basically have a white supremacist, neo-Nazi fascist as your governor and your government, your state government. So, you got a governor and state government that doesn't want to teach African American history, Hispanic Latino history, Native American indigenous history, LGBTQ plus history, more than likely also doesn't want to teach women history, women and gender history, etc. You know, and basically wants to make it seem like people that were forcefully enslaved against their will were super excited and happy to be enslaved. Yes, this is the mindset of your governor in Florida, Ron DeSantis and his associates. And again, this is what's happening. We are literally living in a white supremacist structure, and you have back-to-back mass shootings and killings. It's the same groups. It's always, for the most part, every time you hear about a mass shooting, it's going, for the most part, is a cisgendered man. And like I said, when you break it down to the specifics, it is a perceived to be cisgendered, heterosexual, white male. So again, toxic masculinity, patriarchy, white supremacy, racism, gun violence. Are you really surprised? And again, killing people because you do not like the person's race, ethnicity, nationality. You killing people because you don't like black folks. I want to kill all the Niggers. That's what the white supremacist mass shooter said. And again, they're being indoctrinated with neo-Nazi, Nazism, white supremacy, ideology. They're being radicalized very early on. And a lot of this is also out of former President Donald J. Trump and associates. But even before former President Donald J. Trump and associates, let's just keep it real. The United States of America, with the 3 Ks for Ku Klux Klan, has always been a racist, white supremacist, white nationalist ideology following country and culture. This, unfortunately, what took place in Jacksonville, Florida, is not new. This has been an ongoing issue in this country. Innocent people are dying left and right because you got racists who don't like you. And then keep in mind, the same white supremacists are also the same people that are killing people because they're LGBTQ+. The same people that are killing women at alarming rates. They all, you know, a lot of times this is a common ideology and belief, and it's just ridiculous how we want to sit up here and basically brush it to the side like this is not an ongoing problem, and it is. Every time you turn around, it is a problem. Okay, so I just want to bring that up and to highlight that, because it's ridiculous how this continues to happen. And I'm going to say it again. If they're racist, they're likely homophobic, they're likely transphobic, they're likely sexist, they're likely misogynistic. You know what I mean? They're likely ableist. They seem to just be all in one for being closed-minded and hating people that are different from them. Again, 3 innocent people who happen to be black in a predominantly black area in Jacksonville, Florida, were murdered and killed. Information on how you can donate to their GoFundMes so they can have a proper burial and memorial, and also to support their children and families and loved ones, are in the description box below. If you can, please consider donating and or sharing, spreading the word, so we can help them raise the funds so they can have a proper burial and funeral, and also to support their family and loved ones. Sending love, positive energy to the families of the victims and the community of Jacksonville, Florida, and to everyone around the world. Something has got to give. We can't keep living like this.